Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to discuss about coastal regulation zone norms. Now this coastal regulation zone norms was in news because the municipal corporation that is in Brihan, Mumbai Municipal Corporation, they inspected a bungalow and they said it is a violation of coastal regulation zone norms. It is in news because it is almost near to the sea, within 50 meters of the sea. So it is a violation of CRZ rules. The main thing why these regulation norms were made was because those are important for saving the lives. Let's know more about this CRZ rules. The CRZ rules, they govern human and industrial activity which are close to the coastal line. It is mainly to protect the fragile ecosystem near the sea. That's why they restrict certain kind of activities like construction activities, making new industries over that region, storage and disposal of any hazardous material, and chemicals, mining and burning within certain distance from the coastal line. So this is main thing for the CRZ rule was passed. After passing of the Environment Protection Act in 1986, these rules were framed in 1991 because the center, they saw that if this coastal region is not protected, it is very difficult and people do not follow the rules of the ecosystem. So the ecology will get destroyed. So they have come to this CRZ rules. Now, there are a few exemptions in this. If we see, the CRZ rules are made by union government, ministry, and it is ensured even by the state governments through coastal zone management activities. Now, this applies to all the regulation zones which are up to 500 meters from the high tide line. High tide line are those where the tide comes. That is up to what place, up to which area the tide comes. That is called as high tide. Whereas low tide line is nothing but whenever we see when the tide comes, when it comes slowly, that is, and where it stops, that will be at low tide line. And if it comes out of the sea and on the near the beaches, if we see at what place it touches and stops and go backs, that place is called as high tide line. Now this regulation zone has been defined up to 500 meter from high tide line. Up to 500 meter from high tide line, the regulation starts. The regulation is based on the population of the area and how much is the area sensitive, how much is the distance from the shore, and also whether the area had been designated as national park or wildlife zone. The new rules under this regulation zones are, if you see, let us know more about it. CRZ zones. The CRZ1 classification, we have CRZ1, CRZ2, CRZT1, 3B, etc. Now CRZ1, ecologically sensitive areas like sanctuaries, reserve forests, mangroves, coral reefs, turtle nesting grounds could be this ecologically said zone 1 region, and they are very sensitive. And the CRZ2 zone, they are areas which have already been developed up to the shoreline within municipal norm limits. Shoreline, like if we have a near beach, we will have a up to a restricted area that is called as a shoreline. Now this shoreline, we have developed few things. Let's see in this diagram itself. like few resorts are already developed, hotels are already developed. So those are under CRZ2 region. And CRZ3A are areas with the population more than 2,161 per square kilometer. Here the 50-meter from high tide will be non-development zone. That is, till now we are saying up 500-meter from high tide line. So in the CRZ3A it will be 50-meter from high tide, and we will not develop anything from that area. And whereas CRZ3B area, those are areas with less population, and here up to 200-meter from high tide line on the landward side will be marked as non-development zone, no development zone area. So these are the few classifications of CRZ rules. And if we see what are why what then how do we develop this tourism? We say construction sites are not allowed. So if we stop the some activities are which are harmful for the ecological environment of particular region, CRZ, then we can boost tourism. So we can stop the construction activities, nuclear activities, but there are few things which are allowed, like toilets, changing room, drinking water facility, and temporary shacks. They can be converted on beaches. And residential buildings already which have been existing can be converted into homestays without increasing the area. The next one, CRZ will not be a bar for public utilities like roads, even it passes through mangrove forest. Introduction of CRZ3 into A and B classes will address state concerns of issuing permission on whether they should be given permission to do anything or not. Now, these are the few things which are helping us boost the tourism. In one way or other, it helps us, it helps our future generations. So we should think about it and save our environments and follow CRZ rules. The new rules are the government notified few new rules with the state so that they will promote development and conserve the coastal environment. That is the CRZ rural areas to separate two separate categories have been stipulated. That is, they are decided. And in the densely populated area, CRZ 3A with a population density of 2,161 per square millimeter as per the 2011 census. And the no development zone is now 50 meter from high tide line as against the 200 meter before. It was before 200 meter, now it is reduced to 50 meter from high tide line. And even the CRZ 3B category, rural areas with population density below 2,161 per square kilometer, they continue to have no development zone up to 200 meter from high tide line. These are new rules which are like no development zone of 20 meter from all islands close to the mainland coast for all backwater islands in the mainland. So the rules have been written so that it protects our environment and it protects us also. So that's all for today, friends. If you like it, please share it with your friends and subscribe. Thank you.